Guys, welcome back to lesson 8 of our scary adventure story where we're writing our own story based on Killer Corn. Now, yesterday we wrote this. We looked at the start of the story, where the children were and the creature they were searching for. We described the setting. So it may have been at the beach, it may have been in the countryside, it may have been in a desert. So you've described that, and then you described the creature appearing. Today, you're basically going to look at how do your children, your characters, how do they escape? But you're going to do this in a really exciting way. Now, we were up to this part here. Just then a creature emerged from the greenery, and then you described the creature. Now, you're going to write how the children react. So in this story, it says, noticing the colour drain from her brother's face. Because he is very shocked, the colour drains from his face. Megan was baffled. That means confused. Slowly, she turned around and saw the unicorn. A cold knot formed in the pit of her stomach as she let out an ear-piercing scream. So a cold knot formed in the pit of her stomach means she was very scared. Run, Megan, this way, quick, Fred bellowed. So they've seen that this is not a nice unicorn. It's not a cute, cuddly one, and they're going to run. Without hesitating, so that means without waiting, Fred grabbed Megan's arm and dragged her away. Hearts pounding, they shot off into the trees. Behind them, the horrific animal let out a blood-curdling neigh and lowered its horn. Then it bolted after them. Running like the wind, the petrified pair fled through the forest. Meanwhile, the thundering of hooves grew steadily closer. Wow, a lot of fronted adverbials. Without hesitating. Behind them. Hearts pounding. Running like the wind. That's a simile. Then. Meanwhile. All of those sentences are starting with fronted adverbials. And then look, we've got this one sentence. It's a paragraph on its own. You may not know that you can have a paragraph of one sentence for impact to make your reader think. With a sinking feeling, Fred realised it would catch them. And then I love this very short sentence. And soon. Just then, they arrived at a fast-flowing river. Mustering every ounce of strength, Fred picked up his sister and launched her across the water to the other side. Although she was wet and muddy, she hauled herself up the riverbank to safety. So, Fred, you need a clever thing that your characters are going to trick the creature. In this story, they arrive at a river, and it's a fast-flowing river. And Fred throws his sister across. So maybe your two characters, they may work together to do something. Maybe they come to the edge of a cliff, or maybe they've come to the edge of the sea, or you should have come up within your plan, an idea for them to for them to beat the creature. Now you've got some dialogue, very important. Leave me, go, he screamed at the top of his lungs. Suddenly the monster appeared. Snorting loudly, its blazing eyes fixed on Fred, he gulped hard. Come on then, what are you waiting for? Come and get me, he yelled, waving his arms in the air. Lowering its dagger-like horn, the unicorn gave a mighty neigh and charged. However, just before he was skewered like kebab meat, Fred grabbed an overhanging branch and heaved himself upwards. Unable to stop in time, the brute crashed into the river. Screeching in anguish, it was washed away by the powerful current. I think you should ditch unicorns, Meg. How about mermaids instead? Asked Fred, utterly exhausted. So this is a funny line. They've just gone through this massively dramatic situation, and he's kind of making a joke, and it's quite a nice way to end the story. Eyes wide, Megan regarded her brother in awe, in shock. So that's what you're doing today, guys. You've got all of the adventure. I want to feel like I am in the middle of this adventure, like I'm on the edge of my seat. I want loads of action, I want some dialogue, and I really want it to be like, it's almost like there's a disaster and they just get out of it just in the nick of time. I cannot wait to read your stories when you send them through to me. If you have any questions, let me know. Good luck.